Hello all, Greg the Grilling Guy here. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. Normally we'd be doing something on the grill. Today we're actually going to be using a deep fryer. I'm going to make pork schnitzel. And this is kind of an easy dish to make on a weeknight if you're in a hurry. Not a lot to it, but you'll definitely really enjoy it. So what I've got in front of me is some thinly sliced pork chops. I actually got them from the store this thin. You can get the pork chops a little bit thicker and then mash them out, but I got lucky that the store happened to have these thin cut ones. So they've been brining earlier today. That's just the standard brining process that we always do. I'm now going to make a mixture that we're going to use as a coating before we fry these things. The mixture is going to be just some gluten-free breadcrumbs, a little bit of Italian seasoning and paprika, as well as a couple of eggs to act as a binding agent. So we're going to get these eggs cracked up and mixed up, and then mix everything else together and go through the dredge process. For the breading, we're using gluten-free breadcrumbs, as I mentioned. I'm just going to put enough into this bowl to make sure that the pork chops are going to be coated, but we're not going to be able to reuse it, so make sure you use that sparingly. We will add some Italian seasoning and some paprika. We'll mix those together with a fork. And we may have to add a few more breadcrumbs once we get going through with the pork chops. You can also do this with veal or chicken. I just happen to be doing pork tonight. I should mention at the beginning, I'm actually going to be using some gluten-free flour as well. I'm going to dredge the pork through the flour first and then into the egg mixture and then into the breading. That'll help it to stick a little bit better when it goes into the fryer. We'll take the pork chop, dab it into the flour. Make sure you get a decent coating all the way around. And then we'll take it, run it through the egg, and then into the breading mix. Like I say, it doesn't need a thick coating on there, but you just want enough to make sure it's got a nice coat on it. That'll give it the flavor and the crunch. All right, one done. I'm going to take care of the next three, and we'll pick this up in a few minutes. While we were getting everything else ready, I put on some spaghetti and some meat sauce because that's going to be the bed for this meal. Now I obviously have these things ready to go into the fryer. For those of you who watch the channel, you're probably thinking, is that bacon up grease in there? I'd love to say it is, but it's just basic peanut oil in the fryer. But that's what we're going to fry these in. So they're going to go in the fryer for probably 2 to 3 minutes. You know, you're going to have to kind of judge for yourself how hot your fryer cooked and how quickly. But we're going to put those in there, and then we're going to plate them on the spaghetti, and we're going to pick it up from there. So let's get this in. This isn't quite as bad as a deep fried turkey, let's be honest. As I say, 2 to 3 minutes, and we're going to come back. All right, these are starting to brown up just nicely. I give them maybe another 10 seconds. We're going to take those things out and plate them. My 2 plates of spaghetti here. Put some meat sauce on top of them. I'm going to add the schnitzel directly onto the top of these. Pieces per plate because, well, why not? You can sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on top. I'm going to put this in the broiler for a couple minutes just to melt the Parmesan on top, and then we'll put a little bit more meat sauce on top of these things. I've taken them to the toaster oven, put them on here, plated them, and I've got some garlic bread on the side. This is a great meal. This is super satisfying. It is super filling, and it's easy on a weeknight. So hope you enjoyed this. Until later, I'm Greg the Frying Guy. Till we see next time.